Can you talk a little bit about AI? How you're using it to kind of do the things that we couldn't do, say 2, 3 years back, and I think that's been the kind of part of the
Yeah, yeah,
shift.
yeah, absolutely. And it's it's just like you said, we recently released our annual survey report on digital communications governance and archiving. It's our sixth annual, and we had a few questions in there that went out to all the organizations that participated around AI, just asking them kind of where they're at and do they have challenges with it. And it was an overwhelming response that there were a lot of concerns on how they adopt AI and could they actually use AI as something in their organizations that helps their communication tools in the UCC environment, but also helps compliance in their environment. And I think that just shows that AI is very, very top of mind, perhaps in some ways even grabbing more headlines than the tsunami of regulatory fines that are happening out there. But there are a lot of question marks and there are a lot of concerns around how to practically adopt it. We've taken a three-layered approach to that. And frankly, I think avoided a lot of trying to grab headlines and releasing big, I'll call them whiz bang concepts on AI versus really saying, hey, there are as a first layer, how do we help you as an organization deal with the impact of all these AI tools, specifically around communication compliance? One of the most powerful use cases for UC is that concept of being able to do note taking and summarization of meetings, and that has a very tangible ROI for most financial services organizations. But it comes with it the need to have a policy and figure out what you're going to do with that new set of records
Yeah.
around your comms. And so we delivered capabilities that allow you to capture them. Speaking of Zoom Compliance Manager, we do the capture of all the Zoom AI summarization capabilities, so we can actually support that. We also do things like detect when note takers are present in meetings or in conference calls, et cetera, so that we can actually let you know and potentially treat that set of records differently when you do that. So those are examples of how we help with the adoption. And then I think the next layer, which you were asking about much more specifically, is how do we use AI in our product to help customers? And there's a couple different areas. There's the less Gen AI oriented usage of AI and machine learning in
Yeah.
our detections, which helps organizations better identify items of interest or risks while reducing false positives very, very dramatically. And that implementation is not just about that improvement. It's about providing things like explainability on how those models work and allowing organizations to feel very comfortable that the AI and the machine learning is not just a black box, that they actually have some comfort on why it detected what it detected and that there's defensibility in that detection. So that's a key component. The next part is really leveraging summarization and some of those modern AI capabilities that hold so much promise to take the troves of different records and different modalities that can constitute one conversation, right? You and I are on video now. We could switch
Yeah.
to chat. You could send me an email. We go back and forth. That could span 6 months, a year, using not just our ability to put that whole conversation together, so I have that full view over the year, but then provide summarization of what we did during that call. So it's very easy to navigate for a compliance reviewer. And so that's an example of implementing AI in a way that helps compliance professionals be much more effective at their role. And then last piece, and I'll stop just because I think it's such a big topic, but it's important, is how we use AI inside of the core infrastructure of the product itself. And this is an area where our data science team holds multiple patents on some of the techniques and the things that we bring to bear in our models that do everything from help us create training data without using the sensitive and confidential data of our customers, which I think is one of those big challenges or areas of concern, which is how do you create an LLM without sourcing data that breaks the sanctity of privacy and those types of things, which we very much hold that as the ultimate thing that we have to make sure, which is we're not accessing data that we shouldn't be accessing. And so we actually have patents that allow us to generate really good synthetic data without having to use any private data, as an example. And those are the types of things, amongst many others, that we do to leverage AI in our core infrastructure, but do it in a very responsible way as we do that.